If you're on a phone or tablet right now while you're listening to this episode, go to your app store and download the Couch to Active app. It really is the easiest way to listen to the podcast. Hey there, friends. It's your Rad Couch Guru, Lynn Limburg, author of the Couch to Active book and host of this Couch to Active podcast. Thank you again for floating with me for another month of these episodes. Today is the last day of June. It's Tuesday, June 30th, 2020. We are officially halfway through 2020. And I have to say, I don't think ever in my life have I ever said, I'm so happy to be halfway through a year. Normally I'm saying, holy moly guacamole, time is flying. And I guess I'm kind of saying that too, but this year is different. And part of me wants to magically think that, you know, when Jan 1, 21 comes along, that everything will be just hunky-dory and we will have all figured everything out. We'll build bridges among everybody and it'll just be roses and rainbows. But I have a feeling that's not going to be the case at all. Not even remotely close. So what I'm going to do today is what I can do, and that is to help keep you moving and rocking and rolling so that you have as much strength in you, both physically and mentally, so that you can go out and live your life and do what you need to do right now, today. So with that, the last day of each month, I go through and I say, here's the top 10 tips of the podcast. And really, it's super duper rapid fire for a couple of reasons. One, I know a lot of you are really smart and you get this fast. So if I can just blah, 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 through them, you're like, good, got it, ready to move on. Another one is to tease you if you've missed some of these episodes to go back and actually listen to them in detail so you get a little bit of a flavor of what is going on. Now, remember, these are the tips to get you moving. There's a lot more going on in the podcast than just that, but we're really focused on tips to get you moving. Okay, top 10 tips, starting with tip number 1. Tip number 10 was the episode on Barre, which was not a bar, but it was bar workouts. We brought this one up. The reason this one was important is because there's a lot of core strengthening that happens in bar classes. Our gyms are pretty much still closed, and our bar instructors are doing bar classes online on Zoom. And this is something you can do at home. Doesn't matter how old or young, thin, skinny, fat, whatever. Doesn't matter. You can do this. And our bar instructors, they really need your help because they've also are a group that's been hit big time by the quarantine. So check it out. Barre is something you can do, or just YouTube bar workouts and try a couple of those. All right. Number 9. Overall, we've got a theme here that is our mental health right now is always, but especially right now, just as important as our physical health. And so we are talking more about both physical health and mental health because when it comes to getting off the couch, a big piece of getting off the couch is having that mental health in place to be able to make it easier to, yes, you know that, right? So we're going to take care of our mental health. And the next 3, number 6, 7, and 8 tips, or 8, 7, 6 tips are this. Afraid of looking stupid. We are going to try our best to not worry about looking stupid when we try something new. And I do not like using the word stupid. I just would like to get rid of that word. But that's the word all y'all use when you talk to me. Over and over. That's your word. It's not my word. You're afraid of looking stupid. And so don't be afraid of looking stupid. Be the person who's brave. Be the person who tries. Laugh at yourself. Smile. Don't worry about making mistakes. And that will really help you mentally try new things and also to know, like, what's the worst thing that could happen? If you go to a class and you totally fail, well, then there's other people in the class who are happy, not happy that you failed, but happy that they're not the one failing, right? You know, I mean, you gave that to them. So anyhow, afraid of looking stupid. The next one, your opinions matter. And your opinions about exercise matter. Your opinions about what's happening in the world matter. You are not a victim in this. You are not alone. There's a lot of people who are here to support you. And so when you think about exercise, get really opinionated and know that your opinions matter. All right, number 6, I asked you the question, when you feel stuck, for you to ask yourself the question, what do you want? What do you want? Oh, I really want to go kayaking this afternoon. All right, then go do it. But I got this and I got that and I got this. Do it. Do what you want. Really, sometimes when we're stuck, we ask ourselves the question, what do you want in this situation? And then make that happen. All right. That was 876, number 5. I wish I could have 2 number 1s, but this one's good, and we're actually going to talk about it more next month. We brought in the best-selling author Benjamin Hardy, who wrote a book called Personality Isn't Permanent. And the reason this one was so important for me is, 1, I think it's very, very relevant to the world right now. And number 2, personality isn't permanent is really important because sorry, my nose itched. Personality isn't permanent is also important because when you are looking at different ways to add exercise into your life, a lot of times we limit ourselves by the perception of who we are and who our personality is. And when we realize we can actually work through some of that and become someone we want to become, or a different person, blah, 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 right? That you can work through that, then the ability and the options of choices for exercise become so much more. Yeah. Okay. Number 4, where are we? 4, 3, and 2 all kind of go together. These were fun. These are actual physical tips that I have been doing every day this week, and they have been great. And every day this week, every day the last couple months, actually. Okay, so 4, 3, and 2. 4 was the 2 episodes of 3 back exercises on your bed. So we had 2 episodes where we talked about exercises you can do from your bed that will help you decrease back pain. And the effort is not that much. The time is almost none. You can literally do these on your stomach, on your bed. And I go through in detail about how to do those. So if you have any back pain right now, if you have any just aches and creaks, or if you just want to get a more well-rounded core, listen to those 3 back exercises from your bed, part 1 and part 2. All right. Then number 3, the sneaky shoulder squeeze. So this is another one that you can do invisibly, where you squeeze your shoulders together and you're opening your chest, and it's basically a reversal of what we do all day long with our shoulders forward. So sneaky shoulder squeeze, check that one out. Number 2, it made number 2 on the list because it just makes me smile. It makes me laugh. We called it silent but deadly. Yeah, that's right. Silent but deadly. Essentially, this is one where you can do anywhere, seated, standing, laying down, anywhere, where you squeeze your glutes. And so getting that nice, firm, tight booty, I talk about really details of how you can do this, how to do it right. Don't do it too much too soon. Do a little bit and work your way up, because I got excited about it and I was doing it a lot, and then I ended up with a really sore butt. So silent but deadly. And the number 1 of this month was, we brought in a guest, Stephanie Lueras. And Stephanie told her couch to active story. And she started not being able to walk to the mailbox without getting winded. And now she's training for her first IronMan. And if you don't know what an IronMan is, don't worry. It's just a huge, huge amount of exercise. And I loved the tips Stephanie had, and I loved the mindset tips as well as the exercise tips that Stephanie had in talking about her journey that she's been on the last few years. So thank you, Stephanie, for that. You are number 1 this month. So much appreciate that. So there you go, friends. That's our top 10 movement tips for the June podcast. We'll see you tomorrow to do our July planning. Bye-bye now. Always head on over to the homepage of couch2active.com and check out what our current new freebie is. Right now, you can get a download of your 5-minute exercise makeover on couch2active.com.